fighting to get their hands on the limited edition Valentine's Day Stanley Cup.
This is insane. Look at this.
The most infamous name of 2024 is Stanley. And we're not talking about Stanley from The Office, Stanley Yieldnats, Flat Stanley, or even Stan Lee. We're talking about the company Stanley. So let's go back in time 100 years to when the company started, and then we'll kind of talk about how it ended up being this global phenomenon, just causing mass hysteria throughout all of pretty much the United States the past couple weeks. So the company Stanley was founded in 1913. The brand was founded over a century ago by engineer William Stanley Jr. and his patented metal vacuumed flask, which was used by pilots in World War II. Stanley has long marketed itself as a durable beverage receptacle for rugged adventuring, made for the outdoorsy folk. This core demographic has historically skewed male. So my first introduction to the company Stanley was honestly last year with this viral video.
Fire yesterday. It still has ice in it.
So then a couple months go by, I'm sure like for a lot of you guys, and you wake up and you see on social media there's just like riots and people are screaming and fighting, all in Targets and Starbucks for a tumbler. And I was very confused. Why are people freaking out about a tumbler?
Target shoppers fighting to get their hands on the limited edition Valentine's Day Stanley Cup.
So one early morning, people started lining up at 4 in the morning at Targets to go get a Stanley Tumbler.
Crazy people that go and cheer.
I told her, I'm like,
okay. Yeah, I know we're crazy. Don't judge us.
No.
Must have been a Home Depot.
They're probably like, this fool's outside Mayday.
wait, I'm not liking this. But it doesn't look like that many.
It's like at least
30 to 40, like they said.
All the way back.
What? I just want a video. This is funny.
This is very reminiscent of kind of like what I used to do back in the day, waiting in line for the latest video game console drop, but I've never seen people wait in line for a tumbler to put your coffee in.
This dude tried to cut the line for the Starbucks X Target Stanley Cup, but we were not having it.
Now, there's also this special Target kind of limited edition tumbler for Valentine's Day. The only difference is there's a small little heart on it. It's just a standard colored Stanley, but there's a small little heart for Valentine's Day. And people were just running through the stores. They had to have police officers. Now, the price of this Stanley is $45 and everybody's trying to go get. So that morning, everybody gets their Stanley, right? Then it was time for the resellers to hit the eBay market. And let me tell you, the prices were insane. Some prices went up to like $1,000 for one of these. An average between $250 and like $500 for one of these limited edition Stanley Tumblers. And then I even looked on Facebook Marketplace. One that sold in Orlando or $160. Also on Facebook Marketplace, there's an advertisement for a pink Starbucks Stanley selfie. Selling selfies with an authentic pink Starbucks Stanley Cup. If you couldn't buy one, now's your chance to get some cool photos for only $10. So then from there, kind of ballooned with like, there's all this madness happening.
I didn't touch him. Stop him. Stop her. Stop her. Somebody, she tried to grab my bag, you guys. Look at this, is insane.
Now, this whole Stanley kind of madness is very reminiscent to kind of what we experienced last year with the tumblers for the Walt Disney World 50th. Those things were like 50 bucks. People were like just grabbing it out of each other's hands inside the Emporium. Even in Miami at a mall, there were aliens apparently there, and there were lots of police. I'm sure the aliens were even after some Stanley Tumblers. Pretty much everybody's freaking out about these Stanley Tumblers. But then for Christmas this year, pretty much every single person wanted a Stanley Tumbler.
Oh, no way! I got a Stanley! Yeah! I got a Stanley!
Now, back in my day, I grew up with like being excited when you get like a new PlayStation. Right? Or a really cool toy. No, kids wanted Stanley Tumblers this year.
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
What is that?
Wait a minute.
Hey, Yeti's the
Yeti's the OG. Yeti is the original Stanley. So Aaron can take it back. Okay.
What is it? I stand right here.
No, it's not.
What? What's on there?
Now you're probably wondering, why do these kids want Stanley Tumblers and not like a toy or a video game or something like that. Now, the whole reason why every single person wants one of these Stanleys is because of social media and the social media marketing that has gone on. So when I grew up, right, we didn't have iPhones or social media. There's no marketing to us. So we grew up with the commercials that were on Nickelodeon. That's what we wanted for Christmas because that's what was marketed to us. Now, the subliminal marketing goes all the way back to even like kids' baby toys. As you can see, Fisher-Price is selling a Laugh and Learn, Wake Up and Learn coffee mug, showing kids that they're gonna wanna buy these one day and drink coffee. But now, because every single kid is pretty much just like an iPad kid, every kid has an iPad. I was at Best Buy. I was like, what's the most popular thing this year? And the lady said, iPads. So every single kid has an iPad now. They're all connected to the internet. So they're all following these content creators like Logan Paul and Mr. Beast, and they're wanting what they have. So there's no longer this like, kind of like, you have this childhood and then the adult marketing happens. With the power of these social media like influencers, they're influencing now kids to want what kind of is supposed to be marketed to adults.
This guy asked his kid what he wanted for Christmas, and you won't believe what he said.
Show me your Christmas gifts. What you want to get for Christmas? Your wish list.
I want a 4,000 Gucci sweater. I want a house, an iPhone 15. I want Mr. Beast in my basement. I want a lion. I want KSI and Logan Paul in my basement. I want this lady in my basement. I want the tiger to be in this.
So like I was at Disney Springs. I saw like a little 6-year-old walking around with a Stanley Tumbler. It was like the size of her. What is the practicality?
This looks like a huge cup that's way too big. Everybody has one. I don't have one. Well,
Everybody
I guess you're not
has
in.
one?
Yeah, everybody has one.
Why?
It's the thing.
And they all have them this size?
Yeah. To drink lots of water.
Maybe I should get Carol one. For a kidney stone.
We're gonna go buy one and we'll do a whole review in a little bit. You're probably wondering, how did this happen? How did this go from a 100-year-old kind of like very rugged brand to pretty much every single girl wanting a Stanley for Christmas? That is all because of the CEO. Now, the CEO used to be the CEO of Crocs. This will all make sense because Crocs started as a boat shoe, then became like a shoe for like chefs and everything. And then it just became just like a dorky dad shoe and people kind of laughed at Crocs. The CEO came in and really switched around Crocs to kind of make it a really kind of a hype beast brand. And pretty much every celebrity you could see is wearing Crocs now, and Crocs are cool. This same CEO came over to Stanley. I was like, you know what? Let's switch up our demographic. The numbers do not lie how much they have made in 2023. Okay, so the earnings went from $75 million for the year of 2023. They made $750 million. The guy used his social media marketing skills and exploded to different demographics. And that's why Stanley is so popular this year. The man is a genius for how he's used social media marketing to increase the profit of a brand and to make a tumbler the must-have gift of 2023.
I got this cup for Christmas and I honestly love it, but I do miss the Hydro Flask because it would like actually fit in my backpack, and I already knocked this over in class today and spilled it.
Now, there's many claims about how insulated these Stanleys are. It's all the car. Apparently, you can't even murder an elf in a Stanley.
Alright, y'all, last night I put Elfie in the Stanley and put him in the freezer, and turns out that my thermal insulated Stanley doesn't allow water to freeze. So, Elfie is marked safe from being frozen by Elsa.
On that note, let's go hunt for a Stanley Tumbler. We're not coming back until we have a Stanley Tumbler to review for you guys.
All right, here we go. Not looking good. They just have these simple tumblers. The Starbucks said they only got 10, and there was a huge line out the door on launch day. They've just put these generic tumblers out here to try to entice people to buy them.
The Starbucks ones.
There's not a single Stanley here in Target. These are all where the Stanleys are supposed to be. They've just been replaced with just the off-brand brands. We're looking for something like this big. How big is that? How does that feel?
That's pretty heavy.
I guess it can be used.
I don't know, a pound?
There's not a single Stanley in all of Target or Starbucks. I've checked multiple Starbucks. They don't exist. Now, you can buy some Figment bowls, though. Like all the other brands are left, right? Thermos, Hello. We've now traveled to the Florida Mall. Hopefully they have Stanleys here. We popped into another Starbucks.
This Starbucks has a chandelier right there. So we asked, what are the benefits of having the Stanley Starbucks cup? Right, so they were saying there is no benefit pretty much. You don't get any extra free coffee. Pretty much the size that you purchase is the size that they put in there. So the biggest size you can get is a Trenta. That's what, 32 ounces or 31 ounces? Stanley is 40 ounces. So you're still getting 9 ounces of emptiness. So it's not even like there's a benefit from getting the special Starbucks Stanley besides it just saying Starbucks on the side.
We're at Dick's Sporting Goods. People are posting they have giant walls of Stanleys. Now they shove all the Yetis in the back now. Here's the water bottle pouch, the backpack that goes on your Stanley. This is literally all they got, I think.
See, this is how I remember the Stanley.
Do you want to get that every
Boomer
day?
edition.
So now that we've acquired our Turbo Man, let's go back to the office and actually like review this.
We're back. We got the Stanley Tumbler. This thing is massive. How is anybody supposed to carry this around all day?
Oh my god, girl. Okay, I was literally in Lincoln today and I can't even. Do you know what this is due? Because like I haven't even started. Oh my god, you would not believe what happened at work last night.
I will say, really good build quality. Let's read what's like advertised. So it's the Flow State. Sounds like an advertisement for like a prostate medication or something. The Flow State Quencher 2.0 tumbler. That's it. Okay. This sucker's 40 ounces. There is so much volume in here. It is insane. Now, I gotta say, every girl does not drink 40 ounces of water a day. Every girl is always like, I have a headache. And you're like, did you drink any water today? They're like, no, I had an iced coffee and a muffin early in the morning. I haven't eaten or drinking anything since. So is this gonna solve the headache problem? Stainless steel, BPA free, splash proof, dishwater safe, lifetime warranty, car cup holder compatible, reusable straw, double wall vacuum insulation, the Flow State 3-position lid, rotating cover is versatile. Okay, so the claims are it can stay cold for 11 hours, it can hold ice for 2 days, it can stay hot for 7 hours. Okay, this makes sense for like the person bringing it to work or something, but the main demographic is just kind of like kids and teenagers, and none of this stuff they're gonna be using. No one needs 2 days of having their drink cold. If you have a drink sitting here for 2 days, there's something wrong. Let's see if it works. It is time to go on our little field trip. We've cleaned out the Stanley. We're gonna go to Starbucks right now. I don't drink coffee, but I do drink the refresher, so we're gonna get a dragon fruit refresher. See how it holds up with ice. So let's go head off to Starbucks.
Oh my god.
A little label that goes around this, people like laminate them and protect them because they don't want to lose the label. And I've seen like pictures and videos of like bugs crawling inside the straws because they're not cleaned correctly, because there's just the leftover residue from like the sugars and everything. There's a bunch of room left over. I guess we'll kind of try to sip on this throughout the day and see if the ice melts, because normally within like a half an hour the ice will melt. So I couldn't imagine having to carry around all your other stuff with this. And then when you finish this, then you're gonna carry this around the entire day.
Okay, we're back in the office. So I got a report. It does what it says it does when it comes to cold stuff. Let's see what Adam thinks, because he's a coffee drinker. Did it keep his stuff warm?
My name is Adam. This is my first official full day, the Cult of Stanley, and I'm hooked. They say it takes 90 days to create a habit. It took me 24 hours. It keeps the hot things hot, the cold things cold. How's it know the difference? So this is a Pike's Place, 2 creams, 2 sugars, filled to about there. Venti, they call it. There's no coffee that will fill it to the top that you can buy in a coffee shop. So you have to improvise. So I've been going on for a day, but I've been drinking twice the amount of coffee that I usually drink. I don't even need this blanket on me because I'm so warm inside, but it looks good. I never really drank coffee till a little later in life, but now I love it. The mystery of coffee. I don't know if I could live without it. Probably could, but it's good.
So after you take your first sip in your Stanley tumbler, you've joined the cult of Stanley.
Oh, this is my updated tumbler wall. I literally have that much space. And these tumblers don't even include my non-Stanley Starbucks tumblers.
From there, there's like accessories that you buy for these tumblers.
Amazon Stanley must-haves. First up is this silicone boot that serves as a cushion cover for the bottom. It comes in 2 sizes for the 30-ounce or 40-ounce with a custom fit that helps prevent dents and scratches. And I love these cute covers to help keep my straw clean. Next up is a snack tray that's designed to sit around the top of your tumbler so you have quick access to your drink and your snacks at the same time. It also comes with a protective boot for the bottom and holds a good amount of snacks. Plus, it includes other accessories like this straw topper. I love using this while watching TV or while I'm in the car. This carrier is another favorite, especially if you like to bring your Stanley on the go. It secures around the cup with Velcro for a nice snug fit and is cushioned with a soft material, providing a protective barrier and an optional adjustable shoulder strap so your tumbler feels comfortable while you're holding it. There's also this pouch that's designed to strap onto Stanleys so you can keep a few of your important belongings like a cell phone, key fob, and card holder all together. The strap can adjust to fit any size tumbler and makes it so convenient if you're taking your drink into a workout class. And lastly, this initial charm comes in a 2-pack and can set your Stanley apart so you know whose is whose.
You just load a bunch of extra crap on your already heavy tumbler to carry around.
It just comes out of this little hole, so it's supposed to help you not get wrinkles like.
I don't know why. The whole tray thing that goes on top, who's gonna be walking around snacking on something? No, like maybe if you're like watching a movie, it makes sense at home, right? Put your drink in here. But very rarely are people gonna be using those accessories on the tumblers. I just think they're just kind of a money grab. Again, the whole like cleaning of the straw.
Does it not feel weird to have that straw just expose to the elements all day, every day?
You know what? If you don't think about it, it doesn't bother you. Personally, it's always out.
Okay.
I can't remember the last time I washed it, but I'm using it all the time.
I know that you can see that, but mold on my Stanley cup. And I constantly clean this. And I'm gonna take this little straw thing off. Yep, mold. I don't know that you can see that again, but there's a bunch of black dots right around the rim.
So it's kind of like building my immune system, if you know what I mean.
Everybody seems to be loving the straw for some reason.
I like a straw.
You like that straw? I thought you would. Big girls like to drink with straws now, don't they?
And then all my friends were saying they love Stanley, but apparently they leak.
I heard that it leaks a lot when it falls over.
It's leaking actually right now.
Oh.
Yeah. If I tilt it a certain way, water will just spill right out.
And that's not a problem?
Sometimes it gets annoying, but I just kind of block it out. As long as it looks cute.
Look, the older you get, you don't want to be cleaning the straws with pipe cleaners. Just give me a bottle of water. The cult of Stanley, there's a subculture. It's called water talk. I guess people can't drink water these days. It doesn't taste good enough for them. So there's all these different variations and cocktails on how to make your flavored water taste better. I don't know how healthy that is, all the different additives and everything, but there's a whole subculture about water. Because people are afraid and just can't drink standard water. They have to have glitter in it and all this other crap. So that's the thing. If you didn't get a chance to adopt the service Stanley, there's still the old ones that you can still find.
Instead of fighting everybody for the new Stanley cups who don't come potty trained, please consider visiting your local thrift shop where there are tons of old and lonely Stanleys. They come with amazing handles and are already potty trained.
Practicality wise, I think this is great for some people, but for the masses that have bought this and are carrying this around for their day-to-day life, this is gonna be kind of like a 1 week long thing and the fad will end. Great product, but it's just too big and I'm not gonna use it in my day-to-day life. There is one time where I will use it. Use this thing for ice cream. Fits perfect, so like watch TV, eat your ice cream, it stays cold. I think that's great. So guys, let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts about Stanley Tumblers? Did you buy one? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button, join the family.
I love the family.
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things weird and funky in theme parks around the world. Still cold. Okay, on that note, I love you all. I'll see y'all very soon.
So you have to improvise.
But I'm not drinking Florida tap water. Even when it's filtered, it still tastes like swamp. So the only water that I drink is like bottled water.